Guyana's Vice-President Bharrat Jagdeo is visiting India. He spoke to WION's principal diplomatic correspondent Siddhant Sibbal about the bilateral partnership in the energy sector and about India's role as G20 head. Watch.
With me is the Vice President of Guyana. So welcome to WION. My first question to you, and an obvious question, is the focus on energy partnership between the two countries. If you can talk about that. You met with the Indian Energy Minister. Are we expecting some major deliverables in terms of crude oil export from your country to India?
Well, we hope that will happen eventually. So now we're trying to build the architecture for a broader look at the energy sector and enhance cooperation between Guyana and India. So we're expecting shortly to sign a memorandum of understanding that would go beyond the just export of crude, but would look at the energy sector and its development in its totality. And we're looking also to learn quite a bit from India in that process as we build out our industry. In Guyana, it's a fledgling industry. We just started producing oil in 2019. By 2027, we'll produce over 1 million barrels, maybe 1.2 million barrels per day. That's a steep ramp up. That's almost 20% of India's daily use. Mm-hmm. And so we are working to ensure that the sector develops in a manner where the oil companies bear their share of responsibilities, from an environmental perspective and a fiscal perspective, and that the industry is developing in an orderly way. So that is why India's assistance and its great technical skills, you have a lot of smart people here who can help us to work in defining the growth of the industry, but not just on oil, in the gas sector as we move to develop a gas policy and to start utilizing the gas resources. And then in terms of environmental management, building capacity across the country. So we're looking forward with great excitement to the development of a strong relationship with India on energy-related matters. India
is the president of the G20 grouping. How do you see India becoming the voice of the global south, a global south which has been impacted by the Russia-Ukraine conflict? In fact, today is the 1 year since that conflict began in Europe.
Yes, India has always had an independent global voice and a more nuanced position on issues of development. And we are hoping that that will continue in its presidency of the G20. With President Modi has, because of the strength of his character and because India has made enormous advances on every front, on renewable energy, on the economy, in its stature globally, that India is best served now at this point in time in amplifying the voice of the South, the dispossessed, those who will not ever get invited to those fora because of their size. And so far we have seen India's willingness to do that, to represent the interests, not only its own interests, but that of the global South, including small countries. Just at the conference, Terry, the Minister of Environment, spoke about small island states. But it didn't surprise me because India has always done that, not just represented the big developing countries, but the small ones too. And I think that is why so many countries look up to India and they're so excited about its presidency of the G20. But of course, we have to be realistic. Not everything would be achieved there, but at least their issues will be brought to the agenda.
Well, thank you so much, sir, for speaking to WION. Thank you, sir. With video journalist Siddhant Sibbal for WION in New Delhi.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.